YouTube, it's Smokey, and I'm doing my Stephen King book collection. Just for fun, just to let you know how many Stephen King books I do have and how many I will be reviewing eventually. It's just that I have so many books, so I have to kind of balance it out between Stephen King and other writers, and I'm gonna be doing a Ted Dekker collection too, um, after this video. I don't know if this video might take two parts. I don't know if it'd be three. I'm not sure yet. Um, but um, uh, but yeah, and I'm gonna start with Just After Sunset. And oh, before I start this, please forgive my camera angle. This is the only way I could do it. There's just too many books, and I don't have all the Stephen King books here. Um, there's a long story for that, but I will get to that in another video. And yeah, so I'm gonna start with Just After Sunset, and this is my favorite Stephen King short story collection. I really enjoyed this one. Um, Brilliant stories, very inspiring for me. This was the first one I ever read from him, short story collection from him, and I really enjoyed it. Beautiful stories. My favorites being Willa and The Cat from Hell. And I know that I know The Cat from Hell sounds weird, but I will get into that eventually. I will review this book. I really do want to. And yeah, what's cool is that he shines in this book, and the book itself shines in the light. I'm not sure if the new copies do, but I know this one when it first came out. This one shines. That's pretty cool in the light. Um, the second one here is The Dead Zone. Now, this is a brilliant Stephen King story. This is not his usual horror stuff. This is a little bit more thriller and a little bit more drama. It has to do with a psychic, and it's really good, really, really brilliant. One of his best ones. Simple story. I mean, it's a little bit complex, but it's pretty simple, and I just love it when he writes books like this. It's not really long either, so this is a and this one I keep saying I did Misery review, I did The Running Man, and I said and Thinner, and I said that those would be good books to start at, and I don't know why I forgot about The Dead Zone. This is a good book to start at too. Um, Definitely, if you're not a Stephen King fan, or if you want to read his book or his books or whatever, this is definitely for you. Um, yeah. Now the next one here is The Dark Half. Now, this one, of course, is written after Bachman was revealed to be Stephen King, and he wrote this in anger uh, about what happened. And it's a pretty long book, very long, winded. It's it goes on forever in some parts, but it is a fun novel. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. It's not one of his best, but it really is good. And I'm not sure if I would recommend this for everybody. I think this has to be for Stephen King fans. I'm not sure if people who have never read Stephen King should read this, but I will get to this full review on this one soon. Now, the next one here is Dreamcatcher. Very, very good. Not one of his best, but it is very, very good. Um, it's very long, but it keeps your interest. And I don't know what it was, because like I said, it's not one of his best. It is a great novel, but I don't know what it was. I just fell in love with the story. It's I can't really explain why it's good. It just is. It's weird. I just really enjoyed it. Uh, the next one here is Nightmares and Dreamscapes. Now this one I can explain why this one's good, because the stories are good. The stories are very well written. They're good paced, good storylines, good characters. There are a few that are not good though. That's the only thing. There are a few that are not good, but I will get to those eventually. My favorite one in this one is Dolan's Cadillac. That's the first story, and I know that I said Clive Barker, the Midnight Meat Train. Well, it was the second story, but still. But for some reason, most stories I do like the first story first. It depends. I mean, not all of them, the short story collections, do I like the first story, because it depends. It just happens to be that way. Like in Just After Sunset, the first story, Will, I really love that one. And I don't know what it is. It's not really that I picked the first one as my favorite. It just happens. It's weird. Um, Now this one is a freaking monster. Look how huge this damn book is. It is freaking huge. And my dumbass, the reason why I got this is because they didn't have the smaller version, the paperback, those little ones like the other books were. So I decided to get it in large print. And this book is for people who can't see well, and It's just, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I just got it. I really wanted to read it, and I saw it, so I got it. And I feel stupid because now it's everywhere, so I should have just waited. But oh well, it was a good read anyway. Heavy as hell, but it's really good. It's not long, like I said. Though it's large print, so the print is huge. That's what makes it look long. Um, Salem's Lot. Now this is a great vampire novel. This is definitely one of Stephen King's best novels, and it is his second one sold. I really enjoy this one. Um, really fun. It's not. I didn't find it scary, but I just really found it fun. I really liked the story. I really liked how he wrote it, and I like the size of it. I mean, it's big, but I really like that it was big because it. I like the whole thing in general. I liked how he put it together. I really liked how he explained what the town was doing and how the characters were. So yeah, everything's eventual. Now this one is one of his best too. This is really good. I really enjoyed it. In my opinion, I really enjoyed this book because it's a short story collection and it has some of his best stories. I really enjoyed The Man with the Black Suit, and I really enjoyed 1408. Those stories are really good. Stephen King shines in this book. Really good. Um, the Running Man. Now, I already did a review for this one, um, but I really, really love this book. Definitely, I have to recommend this again for people, for anybody that's interested in Stephen King, or if you already read Stephen King. I gotta recommend this to thriller fans, to science fiction fans. I really have to recommend this book. This is beautiful, beautiful. That is one of his best. Now this one is the one I consider his best, Misery. I adore this book. This was the first Stephen King book I read, and I just fell in love with his work. I went on a Stephen King binge. That's why I have so many of them. It was like a freaking buffet line. I just started buying them and reading them, and that's all I read for months was Stephen King. And I adore this one. It's such a simple story. Just a man captured by his favorite fan. I mean, his number one fan, and it just came out beautiful. This is how Stephen King should always be. Now this one is another monster. This one is freaking huge. Look at that. It's freaking gigantic. But it is so good, Under the Dome. Oh my god. This is a good one. The only thing though is the ending. In my opinion, I thought it wasn't the best ending ever. I thought The Stand had a better ending. Um, but anyway, it was a good book anyway. Good science fiction, good if you're interested in Stephen King, this would be a good one to start. But remember, I have to uh, um, warn you that this one, yeah, you might get bored. That's why I would recommend The Running Man because it is shorter. That way you could get a taste of his work before you get into his long ones because you have to already have read Stephen King. Well, in my opinion, you have to have already read his work before you read such a big book like this one. Um, the next one is Carrie. Now, this is the first Stephen King book that ever came out and the one that put him on the map. And I really enjoy this book. This one is beautiful. There are no chapters. It's like one big long short story, but it is brilliant and it's nice and small. This one would be a good one actually too to start at. I should say, really good one to start at. Um, I didn't. This was one of the last ones I read from him, but I really love this one. Great book and I think this is what teen fiction should be like. I mean, I know this is not a teen book. I know somebody would probably attack me for that, but I think that this is how Stephen King this is how teen fiction should be, like this book, because it could be in a way because it does have to do with teens and the whole bullying situation, all that stuff. Um, and it looks like I'm gonna have to end this video now. I'm running on the 10-minute mark or whatever the hell you call it, and so yeah, I'm gonna do part two. Um, and yeah, if you like this one, comment, subscribe, would rate. If you didn't like it, that's cool. But if you did like it, stay tuned for the next one. And yeah, thanks.